So, Ashley, I'm going to ask you what I ask everyone that comes on the show. What do you think is the biggest trouble with sex today?
Ooh, yeah. And I was thinking about this. I think the first thing that comes to mind is the attachment and meaning in stories that we give to if we're into something or something turns us on, what does that mean about us or about our partner or about our relationship? Must mean that's what we want to do out in the rest of the world. And it's not. It's information about our fantasy lives and emotional lives. And so I think the fears that can come from those associations, I think that's a big trouble with sex. And then being able to communicate and fearing that our partner will have such a negative reaction is a big part of what's the trouble with sex. But on a positive note, I want to say this. I feel like it's a positive thing to say is I think we're all kinkier than we know we are. That's when we really start to dig into, okay, what really scratches that itch for me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How would people find their itch? Like, how do people figure out what their kink is? What would you recommend?
Yeah. So I like to say this. I like to say start with, memories that come to mind. Maybe it's something you go to in your head that was really sexy that you want to get off to during solo sex. Or, maybe you get off to in your head when you're with your partner too. It doesn't matter when, just, or something you've read or watched, heard of, a scenario you've been in your life. Like, why is that sticking with you? Start to look at, okay, what were the actions that did that? What was the tone? How are they looking at me? What was the energy like? How were they touching me? How was I touching them? Vice versa. And then also, what were the emotions that were being satiated? I think those are the core things there is like what emotions or emotion was being satiated and build from there. I think that's a great way to look at that. And then you can start to build that play based off of satiating those things.
That's really good advice. And I like the piece about digging a little deeper to figure out what is the emotion that's attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That could be really healing. I love that.